Hi everybody, Matt Bull here, MD of Action Coach in Loughborough, here with another episode of the Business Spotlight series. And I'm delighted today that we have David Nicholls from Better IT with us. How are you, David?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good. Looking at the weather, thinking this is great.
We'll take this going into October, won't we? Just get us started then. Tell everybody a little bit about Better IT and the service that you provide.
Okay, so Better IT are a premium IT supplier in East Midlands. We predominantly look after businesses in Leicestershire and Nottinghamshire. We have a very specialist team that provide really high quality services, and we focus on three things, which is cybersecurity, Microsoft 365 Modern Workplace, and what we call MSP services, which is effectively your IT support and antivirus and products and things like that.
Excellent. So we were speaking before, and you've been in business 20 years now, I think you said. Just take us back, if that's all right, to what was it 20 years ago or so that made you think I'm going to start a business?
I had a load of jobs. I worked as a management consultant, IT business analyst, various others for quite large consultancies. And it was very much, we used to have a phrase, singing and dancing, where we don't know what we're doing and we're just kind of singing and dancing our way through it. And it didn't really work with me. I'd rather be the expert and know what I was doing. I was kind of put into a funny position for a while, so I ended up leaving, and I didn't know what to do with myself other than I didn't want to work for somebody else. I then sat around for a while because I didn't know what to do until I broke my leg. I snapped my knee. And I basically got one of those situations in life where I had no food, no money, couldn't move, and a broken leg. I got through all of that, but part of that change in my mindset was, where do I want to be in 12 months? Where do I want to be in 24 months? Because I can't just do this for life. And so I set myself a goal that I would have a job in 12 months with a part-time role, something to make money on the side. And then in 2 years, that role would then pay my way. And then that was it. And that was all I had. But I had an utter determination to make that happen. So I ended up buying and selling laptops and flogging them on eBay. I mean, this was 20 years ago, so this was a different world then. And I used that and I made £6,000. It wasn't huge. But then I went and got a very, very small, cheap £50 a month business unit run by the council. And I had an amazing business idea, absolutely amazing one. Basically, I won't explain it, but it was an absolute killer. And I couldn't get anyone to understand what I was talking about. And it turned into a multi-billion-pound industry. But, you know, easy come, easy go. But to fund my ability to do that, I started fixing computers. And then it got to a point when I realized, actually, all my money comes from fixing computers. So let's just do that. So we rebranded the company from what was called Cafe Networks to Better IT, and that was our focus. Yeah, that's how it started.
Amazing. So from that, what do you, as you reflect on that period of time and the sort of evolution of Better IT, what are the key lessons that you could take away that the viewers might value hearing?
Well, the funny thing is that I learned is that even though I had this absolutely amazing idea, when you then sit down and go, well, where's the money coming from? That is a niche, a hole in the market, and people want that service. It's like, well, hang on, let's do that then. And then suddenly that was a big change in my mindset, and it was like change in direction of the company.
Amazing. So since the pivot or the clarity you had there around Better IT, how's that growth journey been for you?
Well, that was interesting because basically there's nobody to tell you how to run a business. There's no skill set. What I was is a really, really good technician, really good IT guy. And you've got to remember, we didn't have all the tools that we have now in those days, fixing things at client sites. That was literally my life. I was always manic. The business started to grow because I didn't have much money. I tended to occupy the cheaper end of the market. The lesson was is that I just started to run around even more, but doing slightly well-paid jobs and then giving it to people that the money, or to people that really weren't pulling their weight. And that went on for a long time. And what I effectively had wasn't a business, but it was actually a well-paid job that I kind of controlled. The big change to me happened about 5 years ago. And basically, I realized that I didn't know how to run a business, and I was making stupid mistakes, and I was getting to about 45, and it was like, hang on, I can't keep running around like this forever, because this is not going to work. And so I reached out to a coach who'd been trying to kind of get hold of me for a while, and I basically listened to what he said, and then I sat back and I reset the company. And when I say reset the company, I got rid of all the staff. I basically ran the company on my own for 6 weeks, which was a massive eye-opener. It was just the fact that I could run the company on my own for 6 weeks with no staff. And then one of the major changes was the new ethos was to pay more and get staff that were better than me. Whatever I spend 90% of my time doing, hire somebody to do that. And so I started the process of that, and that's made a big difference.
Amazing. I mean, that it sounds like when if I reflect on what you said there about when you had the broken leg, that you even then you were almost setting goals, and you were trying to get the clarity you needed to moving forward. If there's somebody watching this who's maybe feeling stuck, and we know there's a lot of businesses that have started during COVID, maybe people thought it was a good idea, but they're feeling stuck a bit at the moment, or they're drifting. What advice would you give them?
I think you've got to set an overarching goal. And the thing is about goals is that if I set a goal to be X amount of turnover per year, that is an absolutely huge target. And that's absolutely, you can't realize what that is. And I remember that years ago, somebody said to me something like, the best way to eat an elephant is one mouthful at a time. And effectively, you don't want to think that in 3 years I'll be this. You want to go, right, this month, if I could just get an extra this, and really break it down to little steps. Because if you look about what you do every day, if you can make one little step forward cumulatively over time, you'll probably even exceed that goal. But it's that everyday little step. And even if it is just send an email to somebody, that will kick off a chain of events. And it's that, whatever it is, that little step. And if you do one little step every day, in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, you're going to be in a different place.
Oh, very cool, very cool. As for business owners at the moment, as we've already alluded to, sort of their particular skill set or what they're good at is their focus. Yet they see AI coming through quite a lot, being spoken about more and more. How do you see the IT and the tech landscape for our viewers who are, SME owner managed businesses at the moment? What would be your summary of where things are at?
I would be very, very scared about cybersecurity. I would absolutely take that seriously. What is out there now is unpleasant, and it's organized crime. It's all about money. That would be on my forefront of my mind. As far as the IT goes, I've been asked for 20 years where I think IT is going to go and how it's going to impact people and businesses and all the rest of it. The fundamentals will never change. Okay, we're going to need internet connectivity. We're probably always going to have email. We're going to have all the tools are going to be there, and there'll be what I call fluff around the outside. And a lot of the fluff will disappear because there's a big hype about A, B, and C, and that will vanish. But then there's other things that are coming, such as AI, which will change particular industries for sure. As far as our own company, we're not worried about AI. We actually use it a lot. And actually, you can see the benefits of it in companies. And if you can apply that benefit to your company, you can be one step ahead of your competitors. Overarching, technology is moving faster and faster. And as a business owner, I'm specialist, but for a general business owner, you can't keep on top of it. You're getting bombarded from messages left, right, and center about this is the new big thing, and you don't know what to do. You need a trusted partner. That's without a doubt.
Yeah, I think the days of the sort of head in the sand, I'll deal with it when it becomes an issue, are no longer, because the issues, as you say, with cybercrime are becoming big issues, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, the amount of money that gets lost, it's criminal.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse the pun.
Cool. So, and how do you see yourself and the business evolving over the medium term? What are your aspirations for your business?
Well, I've actually reached what I consider to be the holy grail of a business owner. I actually have people who are better than me in every key role, which means I actually get to be a managing director. That means I get to direct the direction of the company. I've got a great idea, let's do this, and somebody does it and it happens. And for me personally, that, as far as that is our acceleration phase. We will accelerate now as a business. And if I look where we are, we've got a sales pipeline which is very strong, probably as strong as it's ever been. We've got all the right people doing the right things. They've all got the right company ethos. So I believe we're just about to kind of grow substantially, however controlled, so that we don't lose what we are.
Amazing. So the final question I ask everybody, I'm not one myself for regrets. I believe that every experience we have is a lesson. So this isn't about regrets, but if you could give the 18-year-old version of yourself a bit of advice, what would that advice be?
Very quite simple, actually. Believe in yourself and just go do it.
Amazing.
Do it.
The go do it, or or start earlier, are the two most common answers there.
Yeah, I'm sure if you're 18 and doing this and you've got an idea, do it. Just do it.
Yeah. Awesome. David, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on this episode of the Business Spotlight. I wish you all the success moving forward. It sounds like things are about to really take off for you. So we wish you all the best moving forward. And thank you for coming on this episode of the Business Spotlight.
My pleasure. Thank you.